Hey everyone, welcome to Planet FB2X, the place where I live and breathe Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle every single day. At least until I run out of stamina. So, since it's probably your first time here, I just wanted to say thanks for giving my content a shot. It's been something that I've been working not, I'm going to say relatively hard on. I do have a day to day job, so this is something that I do on the side. And I actually have been having a lot of fun doing it. So I will continue to do things relating to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. I'll have videos out every single day. And thank you to everybody who has checked out the content. So, with all that being said, I want to welcome everybody back for episode 2 of Monotype category teams. Today, we're going to be exploring extreme types. So, again, what I'm doing is I'm building teams of all one type, extreme in this case, and one typing, so AGL or Tech or Int, but they're run under a category lead rather than the old Mono 120 leads. So, with that being said, a few things that I wanted to clear up is I am not going over anything that is under 130%. Anything that gives a secondary 120%, we're basically just ignoring. But keep in mind that some of these units do have secondary leads for their typings, so you can run a lot more units than I'm showing. It's just they're not going to get the full boost from the leader. So, anyways, let's go ahead and hop right in. And like I said, today's going to be mono extreme typing with a category lead. So first off, here we have extreme AGLs. There's actually 4 teams that you can make with a category lead and make them mono typing. It's just that they overlap a lot, as you guys can probably see. So let's go ahead and get started. The first team we have here is Artificial Lifeforms, led by Super Baby 2. He gives Artificial Lifeforms category Ki +4, HP, Attack, and Defense 130. And he also has a secondary of Extreme AGL type Ki +4, HP, Attack, and Defense 100%. So, like I said, everything on this category, or on this team, fits into the Artificial Lifeforms category. We have the TUR of Baby 2 here, which is Super Baby 1. Really good linking partner for him, not that he has any key issues. You also have what is this, General Rildo or Metal Rildo, who is the Extreme AGL 50% support. Great unit to have on there. He's going to buff everybody on this team just because he buffs Extreme AGL, and he's also going to create orbs for them, which is also great. Next, you have Giant, or not, well, yeah, I guess Giant Metal Cooler, who has a chance of fusing with the core. He's really busted. Well, not really busted, just him and Baby on this team are really good because they have a chance of transforming into their giant form where you won't take any damage. And actually, Baby is beastly in his giant form. Yeah, he struggles for ki just like every giant form character, but he's actually really good. Next, you have Cell Jr. here. He's relatively good on this team. You also have Android 13 here. He's not bad. He's a really good unit. It's just you don't have his friends. Well, I mean, you could run his friends, but then your team would not be AGL typing, right? So you can't activate part of his passive. So that's kind of whack. But other than that, he fits pretty good. Here I have Baby Janimba. Baby Janimba is a unit that I don't have personally, and I know a lot of other people don't have because he's a Heroes character. But he's actually pretty good. He does some pretty okay things, and he doesn't take a ton of damage, but he isn't the best offensive unit, I'll just say. Then you have Super 17, who by now he'll get an Extreme Z just like the Broly did on JP, and it'll make him a lot better probably. But until that day comes, he isn't optimal, I would say. And then you also have OMS here from the Heroes event, so this is a free-to-play card. He's a support for this category, and he actually fits relatively well. It's just his stats are free to play stats, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, so moving on, we have Inhuman Deeds, led by Nappa and Vegeta here. And they give Inhuman Deeds category. You know what an Inhuman Deed is? Is what they named that stupid category. Anyway, um, they give that category key plus 4, HP attack and defense 130%, just like Baby. And they also have a secondary of extreme AGL, key plus 4, and HP attack and defense 100%, just like Baby does. So again, we're ignoring that. This team is just built with Inhuman Deed characters. And that's how I'm going to say that category from now on, because that's a joke. It's honestly a joke that that's what they named it. I don't know. Anyway, continue. I should stop complaining about that. So, very similar team here. The only you still have Baby and his TUR here, and then you have Golden Frieza, who's after even before his Extreme Z, he was one of the best tanks in the game. So long as you were at the HP threshold, and now he's even better. You have AGL Rose, who with his Extreme Z Awakening is a monster on this team. You're probably wondering why I have this free-to-play Baba Cooler in here, and it's because he's slated to get an Easy A, just like he did on JP. So eventually, he's going to get an Easy A, and he's going to become actually runnable. Next, you have this Namek Frieza. He's okay. I mean, you can use him to fill out your team for now and run, say, Vegeta and Nappa, LR Baby, his TUR, Frieza, Rose, and this Frieza here. Because this Bojack, I'll tell you guys why I put him here. I have a feeling that we are going to get a Dokkan Fest exclusive Bojack or another legend or another LR Bojack sometime in the future, and they're going to Easy A this blue one probably. At least that's my assumption, is that they're going to Easy A this blue Bojack or this AGL Bojack. So that's the Inhuman Deeds team. Next we have movie bosses here, led by Turles. So Turles gives movie bosses category key plus 3, HP attack and defense 150. He also gives extreme class 3 key and HP attack and defense 50%, but anything that you run under that is going to get obliterated in Super Battle Road. If they were to take a super, your health would be gone and you would lose instantly. So on the movie bosses category here, again, we're very limited. You have Golden Frieza, who is amazing. You have Wrathful Broly, who is pretty good even before his EZA. Again, you have 13 here. But, again, you can't activate part of his passive, so he's not going to be as good as he normally is. Then you have, again, the free-to-play Cooler I put here because he's slated for an EZA. The Bojack isn't slated for an EZA, but I think he's eventually going to get one so that this one becomes relevant again. And then you have Metal Cooler fused with the Gene Star here, who, again, is relatively good. He's not the best unit, but he's definitely runnable, at least on teams. I also put Giant 8 Turles here as basically a replacement if you don't have anything else. If, for example, I don't have 13 and I don't have this cooler, I haven't bought him yet. I'm working on getting the gems to buy him so that when the Prime Battle Tech Super Saiyan Goku EZA comes out, I'm all set and I don't have to grind that right before it comes out. All the units that you're going to have Rainbow Starred for it. I'm working on this cooler right now. So yeah, that's the movie bosses category. Next, we have the androids / target Goku category, led by Android 13. He gives either of those categories key plus 3, HP 130, and attack and defense 170. So personally, I think that's pretty good. If you would switch the 130 to the defense and attack and HP was 170, that's my favorite leader skill personally. When you have a 130 / 170 lead. But yeah, so you can run the Friend LR Android 17 and 18. They're not the greatest. but they hold up okay on this team, especially if you were to run this on the original Super Battle Road. I'm sure you'd be fine, considering I originally cleared that Super Battle Road with Super 17 as the lead, and they were on my team. So you should be able to do that, no problem. There's also the Cell Juniors here. They fit into the Android category. You have Golden Frieza again, who's a monster. You have Cooler fused with the Gene Star, also not a bad unit. Again, Cooler's here for once he gets his EZA, you'll be wanting to run this Cooler for sure. And then there's Super 17 here, and then I put a free-to-play option, Android 18 here. She's the one that you can get with the Battlefield Memories. She's not great, but if you're short one unit, then you can definitely run her. And again, keep in mind that this 13 does not have his other two Android friends in order to fully activate his fusion. So he's not going to hold up as good as you think he might. Okay, so that's going to do it for Extreme AGL. And next I have, there's actually Extreme Tech and Extreme Physical here because they both only have one team, and I wasn't going to make a slide for an individual slide for each of them. So let's start with Extreme Tech here. You have LR Tech Broly, who is one of the better units in the game. He gives Resurrected Warriors category Ki +4, HP attack and defense 130. So not the most insane leader skill, but he himself is insane, and his team is actually relatively good. So you have Golden Frieza here. He's honestly, this Golden Frieza, I bought copies of him in the Baba shop just to get dupes of him because he's that good, and he only costs 150 red coins. He is worth the red coins, trust me. He will carry you through a lot of stuff. Next, you have the Transformation Frieza, who's pretty good. He will heal you every turn, and he's a relatively good partner for this Golden Frieza. Then you also have Texel here, EZA Texel. He's pretty good too. I would suggest running him for sure. And then after that is where things get a little wonky, because the next best unit that we have right now is probably this Tao. This Demon King Piccolo is pretty fodder. This South Supreme Kai Absorb Buu is not very good either. And this Tech Majin Vegeta, even though he hits all enemies, he doesn't do very good damage, and it's only a rare chance to stun all of them. He is runnable for Super Battle Road, and if you can get that stun to trigger, it's not bad, because it's a rare chance to stun all enemies. So meaning you would stun all of them when you stun, not just random ones when you AoE them, as other units work. But with that being said, the reason I wanted to include this team was because LR Demon King Piccolo is a world tournament reward that we should be getting soon. And this Boo and Boo card that JP has, which is the leader of the Majin category and also the artificial life form category, is actually really good. And once these two come out, this team becomes actually runnable, and they will do some crazy things, I think. They will be able to do some crazy things once these two come out, or even if they gave this Tech Majin Vegeta an EZA like they did with all of those other hero extermination units. Next, I wanted to talk about Extreme Physical. I know that throws things out of whack a little bit with the order of how I've been doing things, but it's not the end of the world. And so we have Movie Boss Broly here, the physical one. He also leads full power. So that's why some of these units don't fit into Movie Bosses, but since he's a dual lead, it works out. So he gives Movie Bosses category Ki +3, attack 170, HP and defense 150, which is really good. And then he gives full power category Ki +3, attack 170, HP and defense 130. So still not bad, still pretty good. we just got, I know this guy, I made these before he came out, and he just came out 2 days ago or 1 day ago. I actually have a summon video ready to put up, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so you can actually, if you have both of these Brolys, you can make it a duo movie boss category lead, which, mind you would have to run Lord Slug. Lord Slug, Golden Frieza, Cooler, and this other Broly, but it would still be pretty busted, I think, because these two Brolys don't share the same name. This Broly shares the same name as this Broly, but he does not share the same name as this Broly. This is Super Saiyan Broly, and this is the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So he also shares the same name as the SDR one. But anyway, you can build this team, and it's actually so busted. When I was putting this card together and I saw this, I thought to myself, if I happen to pull this LR, Broly, Chile, and Lemo, I am 100% going to try this out, because I think this team would do some insane things. If you ran these four with the Super Saiyan Broly here, with the from the movie, and maybe this Golden Frieza here for some extra support for your movie boss characters, I think it would be so overpowered. But I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see if I can get a copy of this Broly in order to do that. So moving on, next we have Extreme Int, and there's actually two teams that I wanted to talk about. The first one is the Time Traveler team, which, again, these two teams overlap a lot. But when I was seeing what's on the Time Traveler team for Extreme Int characters, I kind of lost my mind, because yeah, when I made it, LR Rose wasn't out yet, but he was coming out, right? Oh, sorry, and Goku Black here, he gives Time Travelers category Key +3, HP, attack, and defense 150 across the board. And then Super Int also gets Key +3, HP, attack, and defense 90%. But again, we're not running anybody under that. They're going to get wiped in Super Battle Road. So anyway, here we have Goku Black, who doesn't really hold up that good. He does stack defense every turn, but it takes him a while to ramp up. So he's not great, but he's not bad either. And I mean, you have to run him as the lead, right? So next, you have Bojack and his TUR, who they need to release another Bojack so that this guy can have a linking buddy. He's the best old LR in the game, by far. He is by far the best old LR in the game, compared to LR Gohan, even LR Majin Vegeta. I don't like hating on him because his numbers are good, but this guy still holds up to this day, which is insane to me because he is so old. And then you have LR Cell, you got LR Rose. This Super Fu is actually really good. Even this Samasu, people sleep on. While he's not the best Samasu, he does have healing abilities. I think it's 7 or 10% at the beginning of turn, or maybe at the end of turn. This Easy Cell isn't terrible either, so I understand most people aren't going to have LR Bojack and TUR Bojack, but if you don't have either, even, you can run this cell and use them as a linking partner for your perfect cell. And then there's also GT Cell, who isn't, while he isn't amazing, he's not bad either. So that would be the Time Traveler team. This is a team that can do stuff for sure, especially if you have all the LRs. If you have all three of these LRs, and then you run the Goku Black as your lead, and you run maybe Fu, and then or Super Fu, and then this Hamasu, your team is going to be pretty set. So the second team I wanted to talk about was Resurrected Warriors, led by Angel Golden Frieza here. He gives Resurrected Warriors category Key +3, HP 130, and attack and defense 170, or Int type Key +3, HP and attack 50%. Again, you're not going to run anybody on that second 50%. It's not very smart. But this Frieza still holds up, as old as he is. I mean, he's not the oldest, but he holds up well. I would say. And then you have, again, LR Bojack, TUR Bojack. You have LR Cooler Army here, who is technically a free-to-play unit. You also have LR Cell again. You have this EZA Golden Frieza, who, while you might think these two have the same name, this is Angel Golden Frieza, and this is just Golden Frieza. So you can run both of those on the same team. You can't run these two coolers on the same team. So it's kind of a situation with the two Trunks on the Future Saga super physical team that I put together, where if you want more damage, you're going to run this one, but if you want more support, you're going to run this metal cooler. And actually, if you have this metal cooler at rainbow status and you have him fully easy aid, I highly suggest just running this one. He's actually better than the LR, I think, personally. But this is the team that not this exact team, but Resurrected Warriors was actually the team I beat Extreme Int Battle Road with originally. Because I didn't have, or no, it wasn't that I didn't have Kid Buu. I think it was just that I had enough characters that fit the category in order to do it that way. But yeah, I also put Kid Buu here. Kid Buu's worst problem is that he has no key links and he gives himself no key. So when they give him his easy A eventually, I really hope they just make it literally all they have to do to this character when they easy A him is gives himself key +2, or gives himself key based on how much HP you're missing or something, up to 4, and he will be insanely good. And we need a good Kid Buu in the game too. That's the other thing. Again, Easy A Cell is here. He's not amazing, but he's not bad. And you could also run this GT Cell if you wanted to. So there's actually a lot more options with these two teams than most of them. So the last typing I'm going to talk about now is Extreme STR. And there's, again, two teams that we can make. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the androids. So you have Android 21. She gives the androids category key +3, HP attack and defense 150 across the board. You have to run. These are the only android characters that are Extreme STR. So you have to pick 5 of them. But with that being said, this is a free-to-play unit, this Android 13. This Android 18 is also free-to-play. And this one is also free-to-play, I believe. If I'm not, I could be wrong about that. Let me check real quick. But I'm almost positive that she is free-to-play, no? Yeah, she's definitely a free-to-play unit. You get her from, what do you get her from? The Hope Fight Against Despair event. You actually get this android from. So this is a really free-to-play friendly team. And actually, when I run this team, I can't run this Easy A Cell, who's really good, because I don't have him. He's the only Easy A unit that I'm missing. So next time he comes around in the Baba shop, I might actually just buy him so I have all the Easy A units. But yeah, so this team's actually pretty good. They hold up. This unit also has an Easy A. And Buu isn't terrible. He does hit everybody, so that's pretty useful if you were to use this in Super Battle Road. But the team that I would suggest using if you're trying to do Extreme STR Super Battle Road with a fun team is this team here. So you run Cooler here as your lead. You can also use this Transformation Buu, but I actually just rainbowed him today. And I'm gonna do a showcase on how bad he is, I think. Just to show you guys, like he needed to be replaced, and I'm really glad they replaced him. I rainbowed him because he is a Dokkan Fest exclusive, and I just wanted to see how bad he actually is. But Cooler gives Terrifying Conquerors or Transformation Boost category key +3, HP 130, attack and defense 170. So you got 2 summonable LRs here, and then you have 1 free-to-play LR if you want to run it. This Frieza he hits hard, but it's really, he struggles for key. So you need to help him out with key, with supports, which unfortunately this team is really lacking on. If you look at the roster here, it's all units that are more damage oriented and they don't really give key. Um, but you have LR King Cold and Mecha Frieza. You have LR Full Power Frieza. You have the Prime Battle Frieza. You also, once again, have Android 21, who is pretty good, especially for a banner unit. She's good. Next, you have Janimba, who isn't bad. He's going to get an EZA eventually, and he'll probably be just as good, if not better, than the Int one. Transformation Boo, I put him here just to put him here, and just in case you don't have Cooler, this team is much more optimal run under Cooler as a lead, though, as I said, over this Boo. You also have Frost. He's not bad. This STR Frieza I actually really like running whenever I can. You also have Celius, or Celis, I'm not really sure how to say his name, from Dragon Ball Heroes if you want. And if you're going up against a Majin Buu category enemy, you might actually want to bring this Buu, because he's really good in that situation. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the extreme monotype category led teams. Stay tuned for the next category, or next episode, I should say. It's going to encompass one or maybe two categories that have a lot of stuff going on. They have a lot of leads. You might have noticed that I left some glaring omissions in the super type video. So you'll see one, maybe two of those categories that I purposely left off of the super type video in the next video. But with that being said, as always, feel free to leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video.